Okay, can we come back over here?
Hi, it's Bill Condon. We're at the Mill Valley Film Festival, and I'm here with Kiss of the Spider Woman, which I wrote and directed. Well, it's the first time it's told as a love story. It really was about going back to the novel. The novel was written 49 years ago, and it was way ahead of its time, I think. And it feels as if we're just catching up to some of the things it's about. For example, there's the character played by Tony Melina is, you can't call them trans, but certainly they say in the novel they want to be a woman, and so there's a whole different dynamic from simply being a gay hairdresser, and there's a real love story that develops. It's a great essential idea that the novelist had, Manuel Puig, which is if you put two people in a prison cell and you take away everything that identifies them in the world, and they're just forced to be with each other in an extreme situation where they might die any day, they start to realize their only choice is to connect to each other, and that's what happens in the course of the movie.
This is a movie of dark and light.
Yes.
You have technicolor splendor,
Yeah, that's right.
these
Yeah.
incredible synths and dance numbers.
Yeah.
Then you have this crazy, dark prison.
Yeah.
Tell me about the dark to light.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. I think spending 2 hours just in that prison cell might be a little tough, and it's tough for the characters too. So Melina, who lives in the world of fantasy and dreams, helps the other prisoner pass the time by telling the story of this splashy musical. But as the film progresses and we get to know more of the story of the film within the film, we realize that it's a very personal story for Melina, and that what's happening to the characters in that film is very similar to what's happening between these two prisoners. So it kind of merges and becomes one movie by the end.
You got a lot going on in there.
Yeah, there is a lot going on. Yes. Well, it's the novel is always called Kiss of the Spider Woman, but there had never been a movie named that, and it just felt like all of the well, first of all, can I say I love Hollywood musicals of that period, but even the ones you love, getting a 40 or 50 minute version might be better than the whole thing. Once you've seen it once, there's always some incredibly corny comedy scene or something like that you kind of have to suffer through. So this, even though I know the story of the entire movie, the part that he recounts is only about half hour, 40 minutes, so it feels like the very best of it.
Tell me about your cast. This is kind
Yes.
of
Yes, oh my God. Both Jennifer Lopez and Diego Luna were first choices for me. It's very rare that you send your first choices the script and they say yes, but they did. I can't imagine anyone but Jennifer Lopez playing this part. It's a larger-than-life, legendary diva of the mid-century American musical. And she is, how many divas do we have who are also great actresses, great movie actresses? I can count them on your fingers, right, of one hand, I think. So, and a great Latin star. And that's one of the things I'm so proud of in this movie, is that it really is our three extraordinary Latino actors. Second, Diego Luna. We all know him from so many movies, recently Andor. And he really is the glue of the movie. He's the character who changes the most. And then this extraordinary discovery who is being honored tonight, Tony, who I just met through an audition tape, and just we'd been searching for a long time, and it wasn't as if he got the part on that day, but it was, my heart was just, at last I know we have a Melina. And then we put him through his paces, 3 separate auditions, and he finally got the part. And I think it was Liza Minnelli who said, success for an actor is when opportunity presents itself to be ready. And I've never seen anybody as ready as Tony.
Yeah, he's definitely a dynamic guy. You can just tell.
He is, definitely, yeah.
You're an independent filmmaker. This
Yes.
is an amazing high-level film for an indie film.
Yeah.
Why is it important for festivals like Mill Valley to support your voice?
Yeah. Well, it's the most beautiful environment to present a movie. It's an amazing film-loving audience, and also it's the perfect time, because I think The fall is when we all kind of hunker down, and we're done with the Marvel movies and things like that, and now let's get into something that has a little more meat on the bones. So I've always found, again, I've been here twice before, it's a great festival. You really get the sense of, wow, this is you're in the company of other great films, and we're all kind of presenting what we've done to the world at the same time.
Can't wait to see it.
Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice.